Hello, everybody, and welcome to the ImaginAdventures Podcast. This is Mahina. Very happy to have you here again. Welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. I hope you are focusing on making your dreams come true. But this is what we are focusing here. So let's talk about that. So, yes, just in case you're not quite sure or you're quite new to this podcast, my name is Mahina Perot and I am the owner and founder of the ImaginAdventures Podcast and ImaginAdventures website. And what I do basically is I specialize in helping people make their dreams come true. And one of these dreams can be to write and publish your first book in just 90 days, or manifest your best life, literally bring it into being. So if you want to know more and you want to connect with like-minded people, please feel free to join our private group on Facebook, which is called ImaginAdventures, where dreams become reality. So today, let's talk about manifesting a little bit more again. So today I want to address another question that I've been getting, which I found very interesting. And basically it is a lovely lady who is asking, can I be saturating the manifestation when done too much or wrong and hurting the process of receiving? So this is a very in-depth question and it has a lot of different levels to it. So I'm going to try and address every aspect of that question in the hope that it will help and answer it as in a way that is as understandable and as lively and as energetically charged as possible. So first of all, manifestation, as we know, is, and if you know me, I always talk about it, so I'm going to just summarize it very quickly. But manifestation to me is a process, and it happens on 3 different levels or dimensions, if you want to call it that. But it happens on a psychological level, on a spiritual level, and on a physical level. Okay, so what we do when we manifest, we work with the law of attraction. And this works on a psychological level in a way that we feel better. We feel more positive about knowing that we have the potential to create our reality, that where there's a will, there's a way. But we take ownership of that, basically, and take inspired action to make our dreams come true. So on a psychological level, it is a very motivational thing to say to yourself, and a very motivational way of life, and a beautiful way of life. Then on a physical level, quantum physics and quantum science is now proving that whatever we do obviously affects the world around us. We can see that, but it goes beyond that. Whatever we feel, whatever we think affects our brain, can rewire our brain. The brain doesn't stop evolving when we are 21 years of age. It can evolve throughout a whole life, and basically there's no limit. At any time in your life, you can decide to rewire your brain to believe something different, to trust something different, to do something different. And the more you practice, the better you become at it. And it had nothing to do with age. So it is a very interesting process and thing to know, because what it means basically is that if you begin to believe in the fact that you can change your thought, and that this will change the way you feel, and in changing the way you feel, you will change your atoms and your molecules and the neural pathways in your brain, you will affect people and things around you, which in turn will change your reality. And this is very linked, or very closely linked, to the spiritual aspect of the law of attraction or manifestation, in the sense that on an energetic level, again, quantum science has proven we are all energy. So everything around us is made up of the same energy that we are made of. And the way we observe that energy, what we say to ourselves, again, affect the energy around us. And we are literally emitting a frequency depending on what we say to ourselves, what we think, what we feel, what we listen to, the people we surround ourselves with, and the things that we do in life. And this emits a frequency, and just like a radio receiving or emitting a signal, we can communicate with the field, with the universe, with God in a way, using these techniques. So again, this is a very short summary of how manifestation work. I go way more in depth with clients on that. But I think it's enough to really understand how amazing this process is, basically, because we can literally change our lives, and it begins with what we think, what we believe, what we decide deep inside of ourselves. So what we see in the outside world really is a mirror of what we feel inside. It takes a while to get used to that way of thinking. Personally, I've experienced it for the last 12 years now. And so I've seen it, I've lived it, and for a lot of clients, we go through this together. So we are able to see it happen so often that it becomes our new reality. And that's when we experience what I call a paradigm shift. And we really understand that the law of attraction, manifestation, has been there for centuries. Always been there. It's always in work or working for us. And yes, it works both ways. It doesn't discriminate between happy thought and negative thought. So it's very important to be conscious of that. Now, can you be saturating manifestation? Can you do it too much? Can you wish for too much? Can you manifest too much? Can you be greedy, basically? So what I would say to that is the intention that is behind your manifestation is what matters. You cannot ever go wrong when your intention comes from your heart. When you truly, deeply, sincerely, genuinely desire something that you know is going to make you feel happier, and obviously it's going to affect your world, and so everybody's world, in a more positive way, you cannot do wrong. A lot of people are quite scared to follow their heart because sometimes it means change. It means changing a way of life. It means creating new habits. It means leaving something that we perceived as secure. Even if it's an abusive relationship, sometimes it can be very hard to leave that relationship because as unhappy as we are, we still feel that this is familiar. So manifestation is all about stepping out of our comfort zone, but not in a way that we're forcing anything, in a way that we are following our heart. Now, let's remember that as human beings, Abraham Hicks has a way of saying that. She says that we are constantly launching rocket, depending on what contrast we experience in life. So basically, you go through something that is not so nice. So for example, you go through an abusive relationship or a breakup or a job that you don't really like, and that allows you to launch a rocket of something that you do like, because you realize what it is that you like when you are able to see what you don't like. So this allows you to realize your desires. It's very important to differentiate, I think, between ego-driven desires and heart-driven desires. So ego-driven desires are usually everything that has to do with the way you would feel depending on what you have, but not because of the thing that you have, more because of what people would say. So if you are ever wondering, okay, so if I have that, people are going to think this. If I do that, people are going to think that. And finally, I'll feel better. That is not a heart-driven desire. And it is, first of all, very hard to manifest because it is not heart-driven. So it's not, I would even say it won't manifest. There's something very pure about the law of attraction and manifestation where it works really well. For me and for clients for whom it has worked extremely fast and extremely well, is because they've always followed their heart and they've decided to manifest, to create something that they really deeply wanted. And secondly, again, linked with the intention behind your manifestation, it's got to be something that you're not desperate in having. Letting go of the outcome in a way that, of course, we desire something, we want something, but again, I've said it so many times before in the other podcast, but what we're really looking for is for the feeling that we're going to feel once we manifest what we want. So it is here that I work with clients to use their imagination to help speed up that process. But basically, if your intention is to manifest because you want to feel happier or better or healthier or wealthier, there are ways that you can work with it so that you can feel the feeling before the manifestation happens. And hopefully we all understand what it means. And if you don't, feel free to send me a message. But this is really where the secret lies. When you're able to be happy, to feel as if your manifestation have happened, even though they haven't yet, this is where they actually happen. So, can you ask for too much? Can you be greedy? You can be greedy if your manifestations are ego-driven. If you want to have $10 million in your account just because you want to show off or because you want to buy a car and be better than that person or that friend, or show to your parents that you can do that without their help, or show your partner that you can earn more money than them, this is an ego-driven intention. This is greedy. Usually it comes with a very desperate energy, so it is harder to manifest anyway. But it is not wanting too much, it is just wanting from a non-heart-centered place. So I would say that's also why people can't manifest things like that. If you manifest from the wrong place, from the wrong intention, you won't be able to manifest as easily. People who really make their dreams come true, really create the life that they want, they do it from a very heart-centered, genuine place. They do it for themselves, but knowing that by doing that, they will be helping people from a very authentic place. So when you desire more and more things that you truly want, that you truly know deep down you actually deserve, that you know are waiting for you, that you know you can have, then it instantly, naturally occurs. It really happens in the most natural way. This is manifestation at its best. This is the most magical way that you can manifest something. When we manifest, we never force anything. We literally go downriver. We take a boat and we set an intention at the top of the river. We climb on the boat and we decide to both trust ourselves, aboard on the boat to be able to use the oars in a proper way. And we trust the river that it's always going downwards anyway, and it's going to take us to the sea. And we trust our ability to maneuver around obstacles that come our way, the same way that we would on the river. We don't force and try and go upstream. We don't put stuff in the water that doesn't need to be there. We don't force the process. So we let go, and the more you let go and go with the flow, the more manifestation happens in a very, very beautiful way. So when you come from a place of love for yourself and love for others, and you desire, say, a house by the beach, or your own flower shop, or working from home because you want to spend time with your children or family or partner, or creating a non-profit organization because you want to help people, or it doesn't have to be to help people from the first place, but you will always help people anyway by doing what's best for you. So again, not from an ego-driven perspective, but anything that makes you happy, anything that you desire, that you know will make you happier, will manifest more easily, and it will never be greedy. It will never be too much, and it will always be there to serve you, and you will always serve others when you do that. So we have desires for a reason, and it's just very important again to differentiate between ego-driven desires and heart-centered desires. So that for me, that's the main thing. So you cannot be saturating manifestation. You cannot be wishing for too much if you want to be, let's say, loved by your ideal partner. You can't ask for too much. You absolutely deserve the ideal partner. If you want to be wealthy, you absolutely cannot want for too much. You can be wealthy because you won't be wealthy. So it is absolutely fine. Now, the other part of the question is about hurting the process of receiving. It is very interesting. I wouldn't focus on receiving too much in the way that when we begin to think about receiving, we always have that association with giving. Yes, what we put out, we get back. So don't put out negative energy, you're going to get that back. So put out positive energy, you're going to get that back. What's very important in the process of receiving is, I believe, to me anyway, it is very linked to the process of letting go of the outcome. So when you are, let's say, when you were a kid, or even today, when you are, at the beginning of the year that Christmas is coming up, at the end of the year, right? So you know that at the end of the year, you're going to be getting a present from your partner. So you know, for example, that you're going to be getting a present from the universe. You have a desire. You can tell your partner what it is that you want, and if it's a nice partner, they're going to remember, and they're going to give you the gift that you want, or even better, they're going to guess what it is that you want, and they will give you the perfect gift. If you trust your journey throughout the whole year, and you trust your partner, and you trust yourself in your ability to express your desire to your partner, even in a way that is either absolutely clear or is just an energetic signature, your partner will be giving you the perfect gift at Christmas time. But at the beginning of the year, you can choose to feel already excited for what's coming at Christmas time. But you don't have to focus on that the whole time. But you need to realize that at some point, that feeling of excitement that Christmas is coming and you're going to get that ideal present will over time transform into you feeling excited because Christmas is coming and you're going to get a present. And then you're going to get excited because you know that Christmas is coming. And then you're going to realize that you actually feel excited every day. And it doesn't actually matter whether Christmas is coming, whether your partner is going to offer you the perfect gift, or whether even a gift is coming. So that is the whole process of manifestation and of receiving. Receiving shouldn't be a one-off thing. Receiving is also a way of life. It is simply being open to be surprised, being open, being excited every day, and expecting everything to be a miracle, but not in a way that miracles are always going to fall in your lap, but also being able to open your eyes, your mind, all of your senses to the miracles already happening in your life around you. Miracles are there everywhere, and the more you notice them, the more you will notice the good and better things that are happening in your life every single day. So throughout the whole year, what you were at the beginning excited about, which was to do with receiving, will become a way of life. So rather than being excited just because you know you're going to receive something, you get excited all the time, you're happy all the time, and you are in that energetic vibration of being open to receiving a lot more often. And guess what? You actually receive a lot more from life, from the universe, and from the people you love. So that's it, people. So I hope that answers your question. With that question, feel free to comment and tell me what you think. And as for me, I hope that this helps you get more clear on how to manifest the life that you want and the dream that you want. And I wish you a beautiful, wonderful, wonderful day or evening. Sending you lots of love, and I will be speaking to you soon. Goodbye, everybody.